Welcome everyone back to inside the broadcast booth here at Pat Bale Field, where no Anchors baseball for a couple of hours, but how about the Leghorns and the Redbirds in the inaugural Independence Day tournament here from Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. This is a 6-team, 3-day tournament stretching across this beautiful holiday weekend here from the East Bay in California. I'm Kieran Cost, and I'm covering you all week. 3 games today, 3 games tomorrow, and then we'll see how it seeds out for the 3 on Thursday. Today, in Game 1, for all you Anchors fans that have tuned in, Alameda's first pitch is set for 5 o'clock later tonight. Here we have the Petaluma Leghorns and the California Redbirds from Pat Bale Field. First for the Redbirds, the home team in today's game. They'll start Banda as the catcher with Marky Watkins.
I don't know if you can, maybe you can do it up to that. I think this is the order. So, anyway. If you want, I guess.
Leading off for the Petaluma Leghorns, head coach Spencer Finkbonner. He'll send K's Daramelare to the plate to bat leadoff. Nico Antonio bats second. Dante Vicini bats third. Eddie Stone fourth. Blake Bryson fifth. Raul Valdivia, the DH, bats sixth. Augie Sueño, the left fielder, bats seventh. Justin Brinson, the catcher, eighth. And Bo Jurasek bats ninth. So stepping up to the plate is K's Daramelare, and he leads off against Marky Watkins of the Redbirds. And the first pitch misses inside, ball 1, and we're underway in the first of 3 games today from Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. Again, the Anchors don't play until 5. We have 2 games in between now and then. Watkins is 1-0, a called strike over the inside edge, and it's 0-1. That one misses, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Watkins' delivery is high. To the shortstop, K's Nico Antonio and Dante Vicini to follow here in the top half of the first. The Leghorns wearing white-blue jerseys, the Redbirds in red with the black caps. Here comes a 3-1 delivery, and it's ball 4, and a leadoff walk to start the ball game. And that brings up the second baseman, Nico Antonio. Open stance from the right side. And Watkins' first one is a check swing foul, and it's 0-1. Just getting started, top half of the first inning. First pitch was 10:04. Beautiful 67 degrees, and that one misses. It's a ball and a strike after K's drew the leadoff walk. Dante Vicini, the right fielder, waits on deck. Runner leads away from first, and that one misses off the corner. The 1-1 offer will be next with K's away from first. Watkins checks the runner, sets at the belt, stares in to get his sign, and delivers from the sidestep. A called strike over the inner half. Nico Antonio doesn't like the call, but it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You got it?
And ring him up, strike 3 called. So the first strikeout of the day for Marky Watkins as Nico Antonio goes down a looking, and that brings up Dante Vicini.
Number 16, Dante Vicini.
So 1 away here in the visiting half of the first inning. First annual Independence Day Classic tournament over this holiday weekend in Alameda. Watkins' first delivery misses high and inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. So 1 ball and no strikes. To Dante Vicini, the right fielder tonight for Fink Bonners Ball Club. He is assistant coaches Patrick Hodges and Charlie Parnow. Patrick. Top half of the first inning. Leghorns and Redbirds. There goes the runner. The throw down to second is not in time. The throw gets away. So it's a stolen base for K's. He's on second now with 1 man out. The throw from Banda was on line but could not be corralled by Almaguer, and they have a runner in scoring position now with just 1 man out. Just getting started. Top half of the 5th. That one gets right through Banda to the screen, and moving to third is Demillier, and just like that, that first run of the ball game's 90 feet away, and it's 2-1 on the 3-hitter Dante Vicini. Watkins toes the slab for the Redbirds. We'll give you the defense behind him in just a moment. Here are 2-1s, a called strike 2. His battery mate will be Banda. Third to first goes Harrington, Almaguer, Cardenas, and Olivia. Price in left, Ebola in center, and Hennings in right. A 2-2 offer here. Ring him up outside edge, and back-to-back strikeouts for Marky Watkins. And Eddie Stone stands as the last chance to knock in that run here in the last half of the first. After a leadoff walk, back-to-back Ks for Marky Watkins, and there's 2 down. Stone cuts and misses at a breaking ball, and he's behind 0-1. Cleanup hitter plays first base today, and he takes low. Went to St. Vincent High School, is still uncommitted for college. Here comes the pitch, and it's pop foul first base side. Back into the seats, and the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner leads away from third with 2 outs here in the top half of the first. Watkins' 1-2 pitch, and that hit him. And that's a little bit unlucky for the Leghorns, as the pitch was behind him and would have gone to the screen, scoring the run. Instead, it's a dead ball hit by pitch, and there's runners on the corners with 2 men out.
Third baseman, number 20, Blake Bryson.
That brings up Blake Bryson. He's the third baseman today, the right-handed hitter. Kays leads away from third, Dante away from first. Here comes the throw down to second. The tag
What are you doing?
is in time, and the inning is over. An attempted double steal for the Petaluma Leghorns goes awry. Nothing across for the Leghorns, with the Redbirds coming up in the bottom half. Welcome back to the bottom half of the first inning. The Redbirds and the Leghorns here from Pat Vale Field. JJ Yabala, Jacob Oliva, and Manny Celis will be the three to bat in the top half of the, the bottom half of the first inning. The left fielder, JJ, steps in from the right side. He'll be facing Nate O'Lear. The right-hander winds and fires a first pitch for called strike one by the home plate umpire, and O'Lear's ahead. Defense behind him, Stone at first, Antonio at second, Daramele at short, and Bryson at third. Left to right, Quenio, Jurasek, and Vicini. His battery mate today will be Brinson, and here he misses again, and the count's 1 ball and 1 strike. Counts. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the leadoff man for the California Redbirds. Just getting started, first inning of game 1. That one served into right field. That's going to dunk in for a base hit. Good piece of hitting for JJ Yabala as he goes the other way and just dunks one over the first baseman's head. And the leadoff man's aboard here in the last of the first.
Now batting first baseman Jacob Oliva.
Career in this one. Huh? You have a career in that.
So Yabala leads off the game for the Redbirds with a single. And both teams have had the leadoff man aboard. Let's see if the Redbirds can capitalize. As Jacob Oliva, the big first baseman, takes a called strike 1.
First baseman 2 balls racing.
Pick back to first, and Yabala dives head first back to the bag. Pick back to... Here comes the pitch. That's lined hard down the left field line. It's fair, and it's going to roll all the way into the corner. Quenya goes over to cut it off. The throw comes in. Quenya cut over and cut it off before it got to the warning track, which saved the run, but it's a double for Oliva, and there's runners at second and third with nobody out.
Manny Celis.
And that brings up Manny Celis with dunks on the pond and nobody out here in the first frame. Yabala leads from third, Oliva away from second, and it's a golden RBI opportunity for the left-handed hitting designated hitter Manny Celis. Infield stays back, and the first pitch off speed misses off the corner. It's 1-0. Off speed misses off. The 1-0 offer comes back with the fastball. This one misses as well. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Found a lot of the heart of the plate, but it was just below the knees. And Celis ahead of O'Lear, 2 balls and no strikes. Left-handed hitter. Feet close together, he takes outside, and he's way ahead. It's 3 balls and no strikes, and Nate O'Lear's in jeopardy of loading the bases here with nobody out, and the cleanup man Joseph Banda waits on deck. Here comes the 3-0. We'll see if Celis gets the green light. Instead, he takes way outside, and just like that, the bases are loaded.
Now batting, the catcher, Joseph Banda.
Bases loaded, nobody out here in the first. The Redbirds looking to jump out to an early lead and hang a crooked number on Nate O'Lear. And Banda takes. There's a strike. It's 0-1. Keanu Hennings waits on deck. Bases are loaded, nobody out. The corners play in, and that's a called strike 2. Banda behind O'Lear. First of 3 games at the start of this holiday weekend. The 0-2 delivery is high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Went with the breaking ball in 0-2, but it stayed up. And Joseph Banda has another chance. crowding the plate, slightly open stance from the right side, bases loaded, nobody out here in the first. O'Lear from the windup delivers, and Celis pops it foul, and the count holds 1 ball and 2 strikes. Keanu Hennings, Alex Amugar, Will Harrington, Josh Cardenas, and Emil Price round out the 9 for Salvador's crew. That breaking ball is grounded towards third. Knocked down, the play goes to first, and they get him. They could have had a play at the plate. Bryson knocked it down, could not field it cleanly. He goes a long way to first.
Now batting right fielder Keanu Hennings.
So it's an RBI ground out for Joseph Banda. There's 1 away, but the Redbirds grab an early 1-0 lead and a chance for more with runners at second and third and just 1 man out for the right fielder Keanu Hennings, who lines that one hard but foul down the third base line. One in, 2 on, 1 out here in the last of the first. Single, double walk, and then a ribby ground out is where we stand. Runners on second and third. That one misses above the zone. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Innings 1, home 1.
In the first ever Independence Day tournament held here at Pat Vale Field. That one's chopped towards third. Bryson's going to come home with it. The tag, and they got him. There was no need to send him. There was no force play, but running on contact was Oliva, and he's out by a good 5 steps, and there's 2 down.
Now batting shortstop Alex Almaguer.
So the putout goes 6-2. The tag was applied by Brinson because it was not a forced play, and O'Lear's now just 1 pitch away from getting out of this with very limited damage. He just has to retire. The shortstop, Alex Amuguar, the right-handed batter, stands in with runners at first and third and 2 men out and takes a cold strike 1. There goes the runner, and it's bobbled by Brinson, and into second base with a stolen base is Hennings. So now there's runners at second and third. The pitch was a called strike. So second and third, 2 outs. 0-2 pitch to Amugar. The righty O'Lear sets at the belt and fires. That one is low. A nice block by Brinson. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. Leghorns and Redbirds in game 1 of the tournament, and that one's bounced towards third but foul. A busy evening down that third base line for Blake Bryson, who's going to lead off the top of the second with his team now down 1-0. Redbirds looking to add more here. The 1-2 offer is a fastball that misses low, and the count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 more games today, then 3 tomorrow, and then we'll see how it seeds out for Thursday's final round of play. That one, a breaking ball in the dirt, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes, with Will Harrington waiting on deck, and the pitch count quickly rising for the Leghorns starter. O'Lear sets at the belt and delivers. His full count delivery is popped up. Right field side. Moving over and making the play is Vicini, the right fielder. There was Antonio Stone and Vicini all came together. It looked for a second that no one was going to make the play, but Vicini makes the running catch as he crosses over into foul ground. So from bases loaded, nobody out, O'Lear limits the damage. After 1, the Redbirds lead 1-0. Top half of the second inning here at Pat Bale Field on the College of Alameda. I'm Kieran Costa covering you all day here in the inaugural Independence Day tournament that the Anchors are hosting. It'll be 5, 6, and 7, starting with Blake Bryson, who made a couple nice plays defensively in the last of the first, including getting the put out at the plate. And here he's first pitch swinging. It's dunked down the right field line, moving over and not making the play is Hennings, who it was a foul ball all the way, and Hennings went into a headfirst dive down that right field line, and there was no play on the baseball. And there was top half of the second inning, Leghorns and Redbirds. First annual Independence Day Classic. Raul Valdivia and Augie Sueño to follow. That one misses, and the count's 1 ball and 1 strike to Blake Bryson, who bounces that one off the plate. It's going to be a foul.
What?
It's catcher's interference.
Oh.
Is the call, as it looks like Banda is still down. His glove came off. Bryson's bat clips Banda. And so on the catcher's interference, and the leadoff man is on for the second time in as many innings. And now you just have to hope Joseph Banda's okay. And it looks like he will continue. Watkins in the first inning walked a batter, hit a batter, and K'd 2. Ended up getting a caught stealing to end the frame. Here, the leadoff man, Blake Bryson's on via catcher interference. Watkins is going to take a few warm-up tosses to see if his catcher Bend is okay. It looks like he is. And Raul Valdivia is going to step in.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 22, Raul Valdivia.
Valdivia, a right-handed hitter. The DH in tonight's ball game. Augie Sueño waits on deck. We'll see if they send the runner. It didn't work in the top half of the first, as the inning ended on a caught stealing with runners on the corners. Watkins out of a sidestep. First pitch misses. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Head coach Spencer Fickbonner barking out the signs from down at third base. Here comes the pitch, is low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Leghorns looking to get the run right back. Watkins checks first and delivers a 2-0. A check swing bouncer towards first. The throw goes to second. They get 1 there. There'll be no return throw to first. A nice play by Oliva, who ranged into the hole through to second for the 4. So it's a fielder's choice off the bat of Raul Valdivia. And there's 1 away. And Augie Sueño steps in. So Valdivia now on first instead of Bryson. We'll see if Watkins can work to turn the double play with his infield, and he steps off before the first delivery. Watkins misses outside with his first pitch. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Runner Valdivia leads away from first, doesn't go. That one's grounded foul down the third base line. couldn't sneak it inside the white chalk line, and the count's even 1-1.
So bad. What's this so far? So far, looking hard.
Augie Quenio, the left fielder tonight. Justin Brinson, the catcher, waits on deck. Righty on righty, Watkins working from the first base side of the rubber. Delivers an off-speed pitch, chopped towards second. Taylor made double play. He goes to second. The relay to first is not in time. The ball maybe just not hit hard enough. It was a high chopper out towards Cardenas at second, who had to whirl and throw to second base, and the relay to first was late. So after the catcher's interference, back-to-back fielder's choice, and now there's a runner on first with 2 men out for Justice Brinson. The pitch. Here comes the 1-0 delivery from Watkins, working slowly with a runner now on first. His slide step pitch misses inside. So it's 2 balls and no strikes to the 8-hitting catcher, and he takes a ball, and it's now 3-0. Brinson digs in for a 3-0 offering. Runner leads from first, and Brinson takes a strike. He was all the halfway to first in the left-handed batter's box before home plate umpire calls him back. A 3-0 called strike, and we'll see what happens on the 3-1. Brinson swings and fouls it back, and after thinking he had drawn a walk, he's now in a 3-2 battle with Marky Watkins. The 9-hitter, Bo Jurasek, waits on deck. Now a 3-2. Runners go on the pitch, and it's popped foul. So the runner, Quenio, obviously running on the pitch with 3-2 and 2 outs. Here it is. Brinson pops that one right field. Moving over and not making the play is Henning. Seems like he got a tough beat on that ball. It's not hit very hard. He was sort of cruising over towards the line, and it just dropped in that right field bullpen. And the battle continues at 3-2 between Brinson and Watkins. Big hole on the right side and in right center as Vicini Henning's playing way on the line, and Brinson finally draws his walk. He thought he had it on the 4th pitch of the at-bat. Instead, he picks it up on the 9th.
Now batting center fielder, number 6, Bo Jurasek.
Bo Jurasek, the 9-hitter, is the center fielder tonight. The left-handed hitter comes up with 2 on and 2 out here in the top half of the second. And takes low. The Leghorns have had 2 runners on in both the first and the second, yet to pick up a hit. A walk and hit by pitch in the first, a catcher's interference, and a walk here in the second. The top of the lineup in K's Dermiller waits on deck, and a nice frame job by Joseph Banda brings it back to the outside corner, and the count's a ball and a strike. The 1-1 offer is lined hard but foul down the third base line, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Third base line. 1-2, 2 outs. Watkins trying to work his way out of trouble yet again. Sets at the belt and delivers a 1-2. That one's blooped into left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Here comes Quenio. Here comes the throw. He's going to score, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. Jurasek didn't hit the ball very hard, but he hit it to the right spot. And with 2 outs running on contact, Augie Quenio scored from second. Justin Brinson moves up to second. So they trade places. Runners stay on first and second with 1 man out, and we have ourselves a tie ball game in the top half of the second. Salvador goes out to the mound to talk to his pitcher Watkins, who's been a little bit unlucky here in the second. Inning started with the catcher's interference. He got what could have been a double play ball that his defense didn't turn, and then a bloop single into left ties it up. And we've got ourselves a whole new ball game, and the Leghorns can take the lead here with that go-ahead run in tying position. In scoring position, beg your pardon. With Brinson at second base. K's with a white blue bat to match his Petaluma jersey. Runners lead from first and second. Another big hole in right center. Hennings is hugging the line. They're playing him shifted the other way in the outfield. The infield straight up. That one's grounded through the left side base hit. It's in very shallow left, so the stop sign for Justin Brinson. Even with 2 outs and the ball gets right through Joseph Banda, and the run's going to score. Price came up firing from left field for seemingly no reason. It got through the cutoff man and then just straight through the 5-hole of Joseph Banda at home plate. So
batting second baseman, number 4, Nico Antonini.
It's now a 2-1 ball game. There's runners at second and third. I think it's going to go as a single and then an E7, as there was no reason to make that throw. That one's grounded. That should do it. Out towards short. Almagar throws to first in time to get him. But back-to-back 2-out singles untie this ball game. 1.5 in the books. The Leghorns now leading 2-1. Bottom half of the second inning here from Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. We've got 3 baseball games today, tomorrow, and Wednesday before the BACL season continues on Thursday against the Seals. The Anchors games will be at 5 today and tomorrow for all you Anchors fans, but the Leghorns and the Redbirds in a 2-1 affair here in the last half of the second inning. The bottom half of the Redbird lineup due up: Will Harrington, Josh Cardenas, and Emil Price. And back-to-back breaking balls both clip the outside edge, and it's quickly nothing in two to the right-handed third baseman. Working quickly, O'Lear missed his spot as a fastball ran inside, and it's 1-2. Not a bad pitch, just not where Justice Brinson set up. Now another 1-2. This one off the outside edge, and it's 2-2. Nate O'Lear gets the baseball and is ready to go, working very quickly. Harrington in open stance from the right side, the 2-2. Another breaking ball, and this one's fouled back. Not sure if that's exactly where O'Lear wanted it. It was a hanging breaking ball, but Harrington just a little bit late, and he fouls it back to the screen. A 2-2 offer. Curveball, ring him up. It's the first strikeout of the game for Nate O'Lear.
Batting, second baseman, number 8, Josh Cardenas.
Josh Cardenas, the second baseman, steps in. He's the 8 hitter. It's Emil Price, and then back to the top if anyone can reach here in the Redbirds second. A fastball misses. It's 1 ball and no strikes. The fastball command, he's yet to put one in for a strike here in the second inning. Every breaking ball's been there. There's a fastball, and it's fouled first base side, and the count's even, a ball and a strike to the Redbird 8 hitter. Emil Price waits on deck. That one's flared out towards center. Yabala cruising over and makes the catch about 1 step out towards right center, and there's quickly 2 down here in the home second. And that brings up Emil Price, who's batting in the 9 spot today for Fink Bonners Club.
Left fielder, number 5, Emil Price.
Keep it trained to Alameda Anchors YouTube all day, as we have games at 2:30 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 1:30 and 5. We'll get the exact schedule to you there. As a check swing ruled a strike by the home plate umpire. And O'Lear's ahead 0-1, working very quickly. He gets it and pumps a fastball by Price. It's 0-2. O'Lear gets the ball back from the catcher, and he's ready to go once again. The 0-2 pitch. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Emil Price, and the inning is very quickly over. 2 in the books from Alameda. The Leghorns coming up, leading 2-1.
Why are the Cactus so out?
The heart of the order for the Petaluma Leghorns here in the third. They lead 2-1, and they're going to see Watkins for a third inning. 3, 4, and 5, Vicini, Stone, and Bryson. I think there's been a substitution for the Redbirds, as there should be a new catcher in the game. You saw Banda get clipped on a catcher's interference back in the second. I'll get you that in just a moment. Hennings, number 13, has moved from right field to catcher. And umpire didn't give me that substitution, so I don't know who's in right now, but I'm pretty sure Hennings now behind the dish. It's a ball and a strike to Vicini, who takes a fastball off the corner. It's 2-1. Marky Watkins out for his third inning of work. The 2 runs he gave up in the top of the second unearned because of the Joseph Banda catcher's interference. And he was even a pitch away from getting out of it before giving up a couple singles. But it's 2-1 Leghorns here in the third. Filler up 3-2 to Dante Vicini. Here comes the pitch, and it's lined right back up the middle. Watkins gets out of the way, and it's a hard hit single for Dante Vicini, and the leadoff man's aboard for the third time in as many innings. For the Leghorns, who looking to tack on more to what's already a 2-1 lead. Stone, the first baseman, was hit by a pitch, but wound up getting caught stealing to end the first on that first and third play where they sent the runners. Here it comes, and that one's popped up right field. Coming on, still coming. It got caught in the wind a little bit, but the play is made. That brings up Blake Bryson after the putout goes F9. And there's one on and one out for Bryson, who reached on a catcher's interference to start the second. Was erased on a fielder's choice. There goes the runner. The pitch is high. The throw from Hennings is not corralled by Elmagar, and that's a stolen base. And that runner's in scoring position now with 1 man out. The pitch was high, and it's 1-0 to Blake Bryson. Monday morning of this holiday weekend, that's grounded through the left side, base hit. There, the runner's going to be sent home. The throw is way high. It's over Watkins, so Price couldn't make the throw. Heading towards third, that throw goes into right field. So a tough defensive play for the Birds. It was a ground ball that went through the left side. Blake Bryson, a ground ball through the left side. Price came up firing to the plate. Never had a play. The throw sailed on him. So Vicini scores from second easily. It's going to be a single advanced on the throw, and then an error on the throw from Price. So there's 1 out. Blake Bryson goes to third on the play in what I think will be ruled a single advanced on the throw E7. The second throwing error of the morning for Price. And now there's a runner at third with still just 1 man out, and it could be consecutive crooked numbers here for the Leghorns. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Bryson leads away from third. It's a 3-1 ball game here. Here comes the pitch, and that's lined through the shortstop Elmgar into left field. So it's the third single of the inning. The 5th and 7 batters as the Leghorns are playing station-to-station baseball here on Marky Watkins. It's Ribby for Valdivia. He's at first. Bryson scores. It's 4-1 Leghorns. And out to the mound of a conversation comes the pitching coach. So single, stolen base, F9, single, throwing error, single. There's a runner at first, 2 in.
Oh my God.
It's 4-1 here in the visiting half of the 3rd inning.
How does 2 + 2 get 13?
And that brings up Augie Queno, who reached on a fielder's choice and scored last inning.
What you mean, bro?
Watkins talks over with his coach on the mound. He's been a little bit unlucky. Some of the hits haven't been hit very hard. That last one was sort of a looping line drive out towards short. Alex Amlugar was playing medium depth with the runner at third, and it ate him up a little bit. He went into a slide, and it just got through him into left. The run scores easily from third base. His only play would have been to try and charge and catch it on the fly. Queno looks to extend this lead even further. That now stands at 4-1. Watkins sets at the belt. There's motion in the Redbird pen. And a first pitch fastball was called a strike. Justice Brinson waits on deck. Brinson walked and scored last inning as well. Big hole on the right side, and he pops it up to that right side. Should be an easy play for Cardenas, who one step onto the outfield grass makes the catch, and there's 2 down here in the 3rd. That goes as a P4, and Justice Brinson, the catcher, who worked himself a heck of an AB against Watkins.
Justice Brinson.
And wound up drawing a walk. Runner leads from first, now 2 outs. Watkins trying to limit the damage here, with his team already down 4-1. First pitch misses. And it's 1-0. Bo Jurasek, an RBI single last inning, waits on deck. He's the 9-hitter. Top half of the 3rd in the first game of the first annual Independence Day Classic here at the Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. Innings keeps it close, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Nato Lear is settled in after giving up that run in the first, so no action in the Leghorn pen. We'll see how many innings they can get out of him. It's that one sent out towards right by Brinson, towards the line, cutting over, still cutting over, and it drops foul. The wind's obviously pushing it down the right field line, as we've seen multiple balls that the right fielder has a beat on that just keeps hooking foul. And it's 2 balls and a strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, top half of the 3rd inning. Leghorns on top of the Redbirds 4-1. And there's now a double barrel action down the pen in the left field line for the Redbirds at 2-1, but Watkins picks back to first. We'll see when our Redbird coaching staff decides to head to the pen. Watkins, though, you'd assume would get out of this 3rd inning against the bottom half of the order. Runner leads from first, not running. Brinson grounds that through the left side, and that's another base hit. Just single after single in the last 2 innings for the Leghorns. They have 6 hits, all of them singles.
Number 6, Bo Jurasek.
And that brings up Bo Jurasek. Speaking of singles, he had a ribby single last inning that knocked in the first run. 4-1 Leghorns in the third. Valdivia leads from second, Brinson from first. Watkins steps off before his first delivery to Bo Jurasek. The left-handed hitter, slightly open stance from the left side. Watkins goes with the sidestep, and the fastball runs off the corner. It's 1-0, and Watkins falls behind yet another Petaluma Leghorn. Center fielder shaded towards left. Right fielder playing towards the line, so a huge gap in right center field. Watkins checks the runner at second, checks again and fires. A bluff but no runner and a called strike. It's 2-1 to Bo Jurasek. The top of the lineup, Kays waits on deck. He's been on base both his trips, so you don't want to load up the bases for the top of the order. We'll see if this is even Watkins' last batter, if Jurasek can flip the lineup over. That one's flared out towards right center, and there's nobody there. That's going to dunk in for a base hit. Take 3 hops. The center fielder stumbles. 1 run's going to score. The throw is cut off, and that's a true double for Bo Jurasek. 1 run scores, and there's runners at second and third with 2 men out. The runs keep pouring in for the Leghorns. It's 5-1, and Salvadore's going to come out to the mound, and I think that's his second trip of the inning, so he's going to have to go to his pen. We'll see. Just make sure he takes this ball from Watkins. He takes the ball from Watkins. Atop the order, Kays Derimalaire comes up, and we'll give you all the details on the new pitchers on the other side of the break here on the Alameda Anchors stream.
That's not Busher. Let me see.
So the Redbirds go to the pen. Well, not the real pen. The first baseman is going to come in. Jacob Oliva trades places with Marky Watkins. The book yet to be closed on Watkins as he leaves with runners at second and third. So Oliva, with no warm-up pitches, is gonna move from first base to the pitcher's mound, and Marky Watkins, a tough day at the office for him. He's gonna go play first base. There's still action in the pen. And it's back to the top of the lineup. So single, fly out, single, single, pop out, single, double. 3 runs in the frame. It's 5-1 Leghorns in the top half of the 5th. And Watkins leaves his counterpart Oliva a bit of a jam. There's runners on second and third with 2 men out, and the top of the lineup at the dish. Kays walked in the first, singled in the second, has his 3rd at-bat in as many innings here against the new pitcher.
AlamidaAnchorsBaseball.com.
Jacob Oliva.
Yeah.
And the first pitch misses. 3 games in 3 days for these ball clubs, so bullpen management's going to be crucial for the managers, especially on day 1. Well, 4 and 4 days for Derek Livingston's Anchors, as they spend their entire All-Star break playing this tournament, and then they start the second half of the BACL campaign on Thursday when they host the Seals at 6:05. That one's fouled back, and it's 1-2.
It's just a 1, not a double. Yeah.
The Anchors finished out the BACL first half strong, winning back-to-back games on the road this weekend.
I think so. Yeah.
And they stay in contention for first place in their first year in the Bay Area Collegiate League. But here we have the Leghorns and Redbirds, and ring him up. Oliva drops a curve over the inside corner, and he does his job and leaves a pair. 3 in the inning for the Redbirds, or beg your pardon, for the Leghorns. 2.5 in the books. Leghorns over the Redbirds 5-1. We'll give you Watkins' final line on the other side. JJ Yabala, the leadoff man, is going to try and spark the rally for the Redbirds, who now trail at 5-1 in the home half of the 3rd. O'Weir's first pitch is cut on and fouled into the glove. It's 0-1. Jacob Oliva, now the pitcher, is next, and then Manny Celis. Well, that one's lined foul. They must give up the DH spot if Oliva's the pitcher is going to come hit for himself. That one is low. It's a ball and a strike. Beg your pardon, ball and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Yabala. Singled and scored his first time up. The lone run for the Redbirds. Here comes the pitch. Is grounded up the middle, base hit, and he's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. And maybe that sparks a Redbird rally. here in the third. 5-1 Leghorns. Nato Weir, who just worked shockingly quickly in the second. We'll see if his pace slows at all with a runner on base. And Jacob Oliva, who
Let's see.
cracked a double his first time up. He also has recorded 1 strikeout.
So just try to work with you on those days if we can do that.
Here comes the pitch. Your breaking ball is a called strike from O'Lear. And a check on Ebola at first, nothing doing.
And the TV attack.
And another check, and he dives back safely yet again.
Okay, got it. I'll just try to stay forward.
Here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's popped up. There's lots of foul ground here, but that won't hold this one as it drifts into the seats. And O'Lear's way ahead. It's 0-2.
Well, I've been there. I lived there for a while, so.
Here comes an 0-2 pitch from O'Lear. That one drifts off the corner. The pick back to first is late. They're very worried about J.J. Ebola down at first base. O'Lear's already picked back twice, and the catcher Brinson checks again. He dives back safely every time. There goes the runner. He strikes out. The throw to second hits the runner, so he's safe. So even the 3 disengagements doesn't do it as J.J. Ebola swipes second. Jacob Oliva strikes out swinging on the play, and
Blue and Redbirds.
he's down injured at second base, and you just hope he's okay. Ebola's okay as his coach, his manager heads back towards the dugout on the third base side.
Marky
Catch up to.
And Marky Watkins is going to hit for Manny Celis.
The hardest part is getting up.
Watkins, who struggled on the mound, is now going to come in as the DH, or he's playing first base. He hits for the DH, so as expected, the Redbirds lose the right to the DH because they substituted their first baseman and pitcher. Watkins trying to atone for what was a brutal day out on the bump, giving up 5 runs in 2 2/3. 7 hits. There goes Ebola again. It's a good pitch to run on as a curveball misses. It's thrown down the left field line, and Jacob Ebola scored that run all by himself. He walked, he swiped second, he then swiped third and scores on the E3. So he's credited with 3 stolen bases and ends up scoring on the errant throw by the catcher Brinson. And just like that, it's a 5-2 ball game, and the Redbirds looking to claw back in it. That one is taken low, and I'm
Get behind the umpire there.
pretty sure the count is a ball and 2 strikes.
So generally,
Leghorns 5, Redbirds 2, bottom half of the 3rd inning. Here comes the pitch, is high, and the count's even 2 balls and 2 strikes.
pretty good at identifying his pitches. That's one of the hardest things to games, especially when you play it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. So Weir to Watkins is grounded towards short. High up, and it eats up Delamere and kicks into left field. Hard hit baseball will go as a hit.
Over here, man. Yeah. Hey, man, come by if you can. Come by.
So the second single of the inning, the last one came all the way around to score on what would turn into 3 stolen bases.
What's going on? We'll get something to eat sometime too after these games. All right.
If you're tuning in now and in the area, come by. There's 2 more baseball games here at Pat Bale Field today at 1:30
Get some barbecue.
and 5. All you Anchors fans, they play at 5 o'clock.
The guys team too. Talk
That one's hit a mile high.
Thanks, man.
Brinson throws off his mask, ranges over, and makes the catch. A much needed second out as Joseph Banda is retired. I think Banda's gone out to play right field. He's just switched with Hennings, as he was obviously clipped on the catcher's interference play back in the second.
13, Keanu Hennings.
So 1 on, 2 out. 1 run already across for the Redbirds, who trail 5-2. Keanu Hennings. Now the catcher steps out as Weir takes too long. That one's bounced up the middle, perfectly placed. The throw to first, though, in time, not hit hard enough. The putout goes 6-3. So 3 in the books from Alameda. Redbirds trail the Leghorns 5-2. Top half of the 4th inning here. It's a 5-2 ball game. Nico Antonio is going to lead off. He was the only Leghorn not to bat in what turned into a 3-run top of the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out looking and bounced to short.
Thank you.
Oliva comes on for his first clean inning. He retired the only man he faced as he pours that one in there, and the count's quickly 0-2. Oliva started the game at first base, and the right-hander is now working and throwing knuckleballs, and that one's served out towards second, 1 down. Very weak contact off the bat of Antonio, who's 0 for 3. And it's only the...
How about number 16, Dante
Independence.
Cicchini.
If you can change it, if you can't, you can't.
So the knuckleball fools Antonio, who pops out to the second baseman. And the first pitch here is fouled off by Dante Vicini. Vicini 1 for 2. He's singled, stolen a base, scored a run, and he struck out in the first. To the top half of the 4th inning, and Nico Antonio's the lone Leghorn who hasn't reached base already. Knuckleball misses badly. It's high, and it's 1-1. Knuckleball, a dying art in the MLB. We'll see if Jacob Oliva can change that, as that's a fastball that misses high. It's 2-1. Eddie Stone waits on deck. The 2-1 to Vicini is caught on and fouled into the glove on a pitch well above the zone, and the count's even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top half of the 4th inning, 5-2 Leghorns in the first game of the Independence Day tournament. We have 8 more to come over the next couple days. 5 runs on 7 hits and a couple errors, and 2-4-2 for the Redbirds out of getting the home nod. Vicini sends that one out towards left center, and it's a single. Vicini takes a very long turn at first, but is going to head back to the bag as Vicini just goes the other way with that one and lines it into left center field. His second hit of the ball game. And that brings up Eddie Stone. Eddie Stone 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and was caught stealing in the first. Flew out last inning. Blake Bryson waits on deck. Oliva trying to turn 2. It's bounced towards third. Eats him up. The throw goes to second for 1. Never mind. It's into right field. Vicini heads towards third. It's another error. This one goes on Harrington as he threw it into right field. And there's runners on first and third with 1 man out. And Jacob Oliva gets no help from his defense. It's an E5. Going from first to third is Dante Vicini, and Petaluma looks to add on.
Blake Bryson.
Top half of the 4th, Blake Bryson, third baseman, steps in. He's reached base twice. Once via catcher's interference, and then singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Looking to get on base for the 3rd time in as many innings. Raul Valdivia waits on deck. The Redbird infield looking to turn a pair and get out of this inning. Another knuckleball misses. It is 2 balls and no strikes. Runners lead from first and third, 1 out here in the visiting portion of the 4th inning. A neutral site for both these teams, but the Redbirds get the home nod in this one, and a knuckleball is sent out towards left, not very deep. The catch is made. They're going to test the arm of Price, whose throw is cut off, and Vicini scores on the sac fly. It's 6-2. The second out of the inning. It was a knuckleball. It was not hit all that hard. Price has had a tough day throwing the baseball out in left, so Finkbonner decided to test his arm, and it goes well. Vicini scores his 2nd run of the ball game. It is 6-2, and that brings up Raul Valdivia with Eddie Stone still at first base. They've already been aggressive on the base path, and now seeing a lot of knuckleballs. We'll see if they continue to send their runners. That one is foul, first base side. It's 0-1. Here comes the pitch. The 0-1 is hit out towards very shallow right center. Moving over to make the play is Banda, I think, is in right, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 1 hit and 1 man left. 3.5 in the books. It's 6-2. Leghorns over the Birds. Bottom half of the 4th inning, the Redbirds need a rally as they trail 6-2. First one in the dirt, it's 1 ball and no strikes. Two in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth for Petaluma, as Brinson couldn't corral that off-speed pitch, so it's called a ball, but a very close pitch. You wonder if the call is different. Here it comes. Alex Amilgar steps in for the second time. He flew out his first time up. He's way ahead 3-0 here. Gets the green light and hacks and misses. It's 3-1. You get the green light 3-0. He was not sitting off speed and he was fooled. Gets the walk anyway on a high fastball.
Third baseman, Will Harrington.
And Will Harrington steps in, looking to atone for the error in the bottom of the third.
Will Harrington.
Harrington went down looking in his first at-bat.
Out of City.
Looking to change that here.
City College and George Washington High School.
Playing at City College from George Washington High School, and he takes low. And Nato Weir, who's really been dominant since that first inning, has pace has slowed down in the command, eluding him a little bit here in this inning. Harrington sends that one out towards left. Quenio chasing back, still back. It's going to bounce and roll all the way to the wall. They're going to send the runner. Amilgar, he's going to score. Harrington holds at second with the booming double. And the rally is on for the Redbirds. It's now 6-3. That ball was cracked off the bat of Harrington. The left fielder, Quenio, looked like he had a beat on it, but it just kept on carrying and hooking into that right center field gap. It took 3 bounces, rolled up against the wall. Harrington out at second. The Redbirds get the run right back from the top of the inning, and they stay in striking distance. It's 6-3. Offense galore here through the first 4 innings. They say stay within a slam, and the Redbirds have done that up until this point. And O'Lear's behind 0-1 to every batter this inning, and that includes Josh Cardenas, who flew out his first time up. The righty has a wide open stance. He pops that one up towards center. Jurasek ranges back to make the catch. Harrington's going to tag from second and head to third. He slides in there. A huge appeal that he left early, and he did not. Bryson was incensed that Harrington left second base before the catch was made, but the umpire disagreed. So the first out of the inning goes F8. Moving to third on the play is Cardenas, and I think there may be a pinch hitter. Let me check on that.
Oh, pinch hitter, yeah, pinch hitter.
As Roberto Lorera is going to bat for Emil Price here. With 1 out, and now Will Harrington standing at third base.
Number 2, Roberto.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner leads from third. The delivery is lined towards right. That's a good piece of hitting. He slaps a single the other way in his first at bat, and it's a 6-4 ball game. The Redbirds not going away yet. Still lots of baseball to be played on a beautiful Monday morning for baseball here in Alameda. It's a 6-4 ball game. He just waited on that one and slopped it through the right side.
Who's next?
And it's back to the top of the order in J.J. Yabala. Pitching has not been a strong suit of either ball club through 4 innings.
J.J. Ibarra.
Yabala steps in. He's singled in both his at-bats, and wound up stealing 3 bases and manufacturing a run all by himself. That was last inning. Here, first pitch swinging, pops it up. Right field side in the sun, and no one's gonna make the play. Ranging back was Stone. The wind's pushing the ball down that right field line. He just kept ranging back, never sprinted, was just backpedaling, and could not come up with the baseball. It's 0-1. 2 hits, beg your pardon, yeah, 2 hits and a walk in the frame, and it's back to the top to JJ Yeboah, who's behind 0-1. Big hole on the right side. Outfield playing straight up. Here comes the pitch and swinging again. Pops it up same spot, but this one's gonna drift back into the seats, and it's 0-2 on JJ. The first baseman and pitcher Jacob Oliva waits on deck. And it's still early, but Yeboah does represent the tying run in what's a 6-4 ball game. 6-8-2, 4-6-3. Your line scores for the Leghorns and Redbirds respectively. That one is lined foul down the third base line.
Umpire can't see it.
So Yeboah pulled that one down the third base line. Missed a hit by a couple of inches. The runner leads from first and goes on the 0-2. That one's whooped into right field. No one's going to get that. Vicini does make the play, and the throwback to first is wide. They had a free double play. Vicini, I got a horrible read off the bat on that one. I thought that was going to dunk in. It hung up. Vicini went over, made the play. Laura was all the way at second base, and Vicini had nothing but time to throw to first, threw it away. So what could have been a double play goes as just an F9. And Jacob Oliva's in with that runner still at first base, and the Redbirds are gifted life here in the home half of the 4th inning. Oliva pulls that one hard but foul, third base line. It's the second time we've seen a ball just outside that chalk line. Laura dives back into first. Six to 4 ball game here in game 1, and we have nothing but more baseball for you today. Brinson's throw to second is high, and they're still going to have him by a mile. So a tough read ends the inning. The second caught stealing for Brinson and the Leghorns. We've played 4 complete here at the College of Alameda in game 1 of the Independence Day Tournament. Leghorns 6 and Redbirds 4. Top half of the 5th inning here from Pat Bale Field at the College of Alameda. I'm Kieran Costa, your broadcaster for all 3 baseball games today in day 1 of the Independence Day tournament. The first pitch misses high. To Augie Queno, 7-8-9, due up for the Leghorns, who still lead this one 6-4 as they're facing the knuckleballer Jacob Oliva for his 2nd full inning of work. And Oliva's behind 0-2. That one's popped up, first base side. Watkins gives it a look, but runs out of room. It's 2 balls and a strike. The Redbirds had action in the pen early. They didn't go to either of those relievers. We'll see how they try and piece together the rest of these outs here, knowing they have games tomorrow and the next day. Breaking ball misses, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Justice Brinson, the catcher, who's having himself quite a day, waits on deck. Here comes the 3-1 offer, and caught on a miss. A breaking ball at the letters. It's 3-2. Augie Queno swung through a hanging breaking ball to fill her up 3-2. Here it comes, and he spoils that one. A 3-2 knuckleball from Jacob Oliva, and we'll do it again at a full count. Both these teams doing it without the long ball. Small ball from both sides, as we've seen just 6 of the 8 hits for the Leghorns have been singles, and a breaking ball misses, and a leadoff walk for Augie Queno. He's on for the 2nd time today. He reached on a fielder's choice and popped out in his first 2 trips.
Now batting number 17, Justice Brinson.
The leadoff man's been aboard 4 of the 5 innings for the Leghorns, and they've scored in 4 of 5 as well. Justice Brinson has walked, singled, scored 2 runs, and also caught out and also thrown out 2 runners on the bases. So a good day for the Leghorn catcher, but he takes a called strike 1 here. Did make 1 throwing error on the stolen base at 3rd that ended up scoring the run. Here comes an 0-1 delivery. A fastball misses in off the corner. It's 1-1. Queno away from first. Brinson, the right-handed hitter, calls time before a 1-1 offer from Oliva. All 6 teams in this tournament play 1 game today and 1 game tomorrow, and then on Wednesday there'll be a 5th place game, a 3rd place game, and the championship here in the inaugural Independence Day Classic. That fastball is fisted into left field for a base hit.
No way.
Going first to 3rd is Queno, and he's there. And Brinson, that pitch was well in on the hands, and he just muscled it over short. And there's runners on the corners. 2nd hit of the ball game, and on base 3 times. Have yourself a day, Justin Brinson.
Now batting number 6, Bo Jurasek.
Bo Jurasek looks to open this lead back up with runners on the corners and nobody out. Top of the lineup, and Kays waits on deck. Jurasek has singled and doubled, so the bottom of this lineup has contributed time after time through the first 4 frames, and Oliva goes to the fastball for a called strike 1.
If you hit the ball on the gap toss, why is he still on?
There is just a massive gap in right center field.
What are they doing?
The center fielder is shaded in and to his left, and the right fielder is
I know.
That's good.
Shaded towards the line and right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That is just too nice.
And his last bat was a double and a gap.
We'll see if he hit it directly into that gap last time up. And he's a left-handed hitter, so the gap is to his pull side. We'll see if he can find just those acres of grass in right center field again to extend this lead. Offense coming furiously for both sides. The 1-2, Jurasek fooled on the knuckleball, and there's one away.
Okay.
It's like the first time 8 or 9 guys made that. It's crazy.
So Oliva gets the K.
The Rambler.
And what's his name? So K's the leadoff man steps in for his 4th at bat. Runners lead from 1st and 3rd, and a knuckleball is called strike 1 as he just looped a hook right in there. The center fielder is playing very shallow for the leadoff man. If he can hit one out towards center field, I'd bet that it drops over the head of, to be fair, the very fast Yabala. 400 out towards dead center, 330 down the left field line, 325. That hitter's corner out and right. But the long ball not seen as much here for the Anchors in their home games, as they've only hit 2 home runs at home, those coming from J.P. Boyle and Jordan Bolden. That one's grounded up the middle and through, base hit. And it is 7-4 Leghorns as Kays just hits one straight back through the middle, the second hit of the inning. And there's runners at 1st and 2nd with still 1 man out.
Now batting number 4.
Augie Queno scores on the play. And that brings up Nico Antonio. Antonio, as I mentioned, the only Leghorn to not reach base. He's struck out, grounded out, and popped out.
4 at-bats and 5 innings.
Steps in for his 4th try. Squares to bunt and takes a called strike with a fastball. That was Kays' 2nd single of the evening. Watkins playing in on the grass at first to defend against the bunt. Infield double play, depth up the middle, trying to get out of it, and a knuckleball misses low, and the count's even, a ball and a strike to the second baseman, Antonio. Still searching to get on base for the first time and join in the hit party that his teammates have been having. A good pitch on a knuckleball, but it's called high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. A knuckleball. That one misses off the plate with a fastball, and it's now 3-1.
Okay.
3-1. The delivery is a knuckleball way high, and the bases are loaded yet again.
Okay.
That one's grounded to first. Watkins goes to second for 1. The relay
Why did you wait?
to first. Watkins picked it over at first. Maybe had a play at the plate. Goes to second to get the force there. The run comes in to score. It's the 2nd out of the inning, and there's runners on the corners. It is now 8-4.
Now batting number 13, Eddie Stone.
So Dante Vicini, first pitch swinging, gets the fielder's choice. And the Redbird manager is going to go talk to the second base umpire. I don't know what he has to say. I don't know what there was to argue on that play. Watkins picked it. Decided to go to second for one. My only thing was, well, we even went to cover first base, and there was a little mix-up down there with like 3 guys. Maybe he wanted interference on the runner. But he heads back to his third base dugout. There's runners at second and third. 2 already have scored in the inning. And Eddie Stone will be the man to try and tack on a few more in an 8-4 ball game. The run scores on the Dante Vicini fielder's choice. He's now at first. He's already swiped a bag today. We'll see if they send him with runners on first and third. Oliva from the side step misses low. Runners lead from first and third. Vicini away from first. There he goes towards second. The throw is into center field, and scoring easily on the play is Kays, and yet another run has come in to score. It's 9-4 on what should be ruled an E2. The pitch missed as well. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Oliva just being hung out to dry a little bit. No one in the pen behind him. His pitch is a called strike, and that should bring the count to 2-1. Eddie Stone hit by a pitch, flew out and reached on an E5. Hits a high chopper to Harrington at third, whose throw to first is well up the line and through. So Stone has reached on 2 errors by Will Harrington. That's a 2-base error as he heads towards second. The run scores, that one's unearned. So for the second time in as many innings, Eddie Stone is on base on an E5. You don't see that very often. Vicini scores from second, and that's double digits here in the 5th.
Blake Bryson.
So Stone trades places with that runner out at second, and Bryson now in for his 4th at-bat of the ball game. Catcher's interference, single and a sac fly. Been on base twice and knocked in a run. He's officially 1 for 1 on the ball game. Walk, single, strikeout, single, walk, force out, error. And it is 10-4, 4 in the inning. Caught on and missed, and the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Blake Bryson, Raul Valdivia would be the 9th man to bat. He waits on deck. Oliva sets at the belt, just desperately trying to end the 5th, and the breaking ball is off the corner. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5th. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. That one well blown away, and a nice block by Hennings, who started the game out in right field and is now behind the dish. A nice block. So the count runs full. Struck him out swinging. The breaking ball finally ends the inning, but 4 runs on 2 hits and 1 man left. Halfway through a regulation ball game today, it's 10-4 Leghorns over the Redbirds. Jacob Oliva leads off the home half of the fifth, and
The Costa combo.
he takes low. Oliva swings there, and it's a shot towards third. It deflects off Bryson and an infield single. He hit that ball on the screws.
I got fast hands, bro. Actually, I can't lie. You got actually fast hands.
And that's a single for Oliva, who that's his second hit of the ball game. That brings up Watkins, who singled in his only trip.
Marky Watkins.
Watkins started the game as the pitcher, then traded places with Oliva, and is now hitting for the DH Manny Celis. Runner at first to lead off the inning, and that one misses. It is a ball and no strikes. Joseph Banda and Keanu Hennings due up in what's now a 10-4 ball game. The Redbirds got back in it with 2 in the bottom of the 4th, but they proceeded to give up a 4 spot in the top half of the 5th, and we stand at 10-4. 10 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for the team playing as the visitors today, and the Redbirds a home squad 4-7-4. The Anchors play at 5. We have 1 game between now and then. Watkins takes inside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to the pitcher and first baseman. First baseman. This one is chopped foul, third base side, and the count's even. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The Leghorns out of the American Legion League. The Redbirds here as a 2-2 pitch is cut on and missed. Watkins goes down swinging on a nasty breaking ball from Nato Lear, who, credit to him, is still out here in the 5th inning. And there's 1 down for Joseph Banda.
How about a number 6?
Banda started the game at catcher, was then hit by a bat on a catcher's interference play. I think he's now in right field. Keanu Hennings moved from right to behind the dish. Banda squares the bunt and drops him down first base side. O'Lear's going to go to first in plenty of time. The sacrifice works. Moving to second is Oliva, and he's now in scoring position with 2 men out for Keanu Hennings. Hennings is grounded to third and grounded to short. In the first inning, he came up with runners on second and third. He had a ground ball to third. The putout came to the plate, so that went as a force. There's action in the pen for the Leghorns. The first pitch to Hennings takes a called strike 1. Hennings a wide open stance from the right side. He is behind 0-1. O'Lear checks second and delivers, and that one misses high and tight. It's a ball and a strike. Lots of baseball yet to be played on this Monday afternoon. You can catch it all with me here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. As I mentioned once more, the Anchors play at 5 for all you Anchor faithful tuned in. As fooled on a breaking ball, he is very late and he chops it foul towards the third base dugout. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. The 1-2 offer is low, and the count is even 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner leads from second. That's Oliva. Nato Lear stares in to get his sign from Brinson. Sets at the belt. Checks second and delivers. Struck him out swinging on a breaking ball. And Nato Lear rounds out the 5th with a couple of Ks. On to the 6th in Alameda. 10-4 on the Anchors stream. Top half of the 6th inning here in Alameda. The Leghorns holding a comfortable 10-4 lead over the Redbirds here in Game 1 of the inaugural Independence Day tournament. And Oliva back out there. His first pitch is bounced towards third. Nice pick by Harrington, who fires across the diamond. Not in time as he pulls Watkins off the base. And that, unfortunately, is going to go as yet another E5. It looked like he had him by a step, but Harrington's throw pushed him just up the line. This one, the Leghorns and the Redbirds coming up at 1:30, or more likely just whenever this one concludes. We have the Captains versus the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and then the main event of the day, the Anchors host the Warriors at 5 o'clock. Tomorrow we do it all again at 10, 1:30, and 5. We'll give you those that schedule in just a minute, as Valdivia leads away from first and Quenio takes in the dirt. It's 1-0. Tomorrow the Anchors at 5 yet again, this time against the Captains. In the morning we have the Warriors facing off against this Redbirds squad. The Leghorns get the 1:30 game. That's against FCA. And then the Captains and the Anchors. And then how about the same 10, 1:30, and 5 schedule yet again? There goes the runner. The throw to second is in time to get him! As Valdivia's clipped on the caught stealing, and Augie Quenio is now in what I think is a 3 balls and no strike count. So tomorrow's the 4th of July, obviously. No better way to spend America's birthday than watching America's pastime here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. So 3 games on the 4th of July, and then July 5th, that's this Wednesday's the big day, the 5th place game at 10 a.m., 3rd place at 1:30, and then we'll crown a winner of the first Independence Day Anchors tournament. That first pitch at 5 o'clock on Wednesday the 5th. But don't go anywhere, though, because how about Thursday? The Anchors start the second half of the BACL campaign, and in that one they will host the Seals. So, Anchors fans, you have games at 5, 5, and 6:05 for the next 4 days. A pick back to first. Nothing doing. The Bay Area Collegiate League standings at the end of the first half see the Anchors a half game behind the West Coast Kings Gold team that you saw beat the Anchors here last week. The Admirals, Seals, and Game Prep Trojans are all 2 back. There goes the runner, and you're going to have this one stolen as no throw from Hennings, beg your pardon. So after the walk, a stolen base, there's a runner at second with 1 man out, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. Top half of the 6th, 10-4 bowl game. Oliva checks second and fires a fastball in the dirt. The count's even, a ball and a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner leads from second base. That's Quenio, who's on via the walk. That one's lined hard towards left center field. Ibarra's not going to get there, and it dunks in. Quenio's going to score. Holding at first with the ribby single is Justin Brinson. That's his 3rd hit of the ball game. He's been on base 4 times. And it is just the 6th inning. A walk and 3 singles. A pair of runs scored. And that brings up Bo Jurasek, who singled, doubled, and struck out. Brinson also a pair of caught stealings as he's behind the dish tonight for the Leghorns. The first pitch, knuckleball, is a called strike 1. 11-4 now, with Brinson at first and 1 man out here in the visitors' half of the 6th. That one misses. It's 1-1. Derek Livingston and Marciano Reichel are going to have to piece together a lot of innings this week from what's already been a depleted pitching staff all year. 1-1 is a called strike. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. You'd assume you get starts from Corey Houston and Nevin Lee. That gets you 2, and maybe even one of those guys could start today and then yet again on Thursday. Damian Lapuz, Polito, and Mitchell Smith, we all assume we'll see appearances from all of them. Patrick Sweeney, if he's back with the club, that one misses outside. And then you can look to Luis Zuleika, Jordan Bolden, and Francisco Aguayo to eat innings as well. But here between the Leghorns and the Redbirds, it's 11-4 in the 6th. The 2-2 offers in the dirt. Beg your pardon, the 3-2 offers in the dirt. And it's ball 4. A free pass issued to the 9-hitter, Bo Jurasek. The second walk in the inning, so E5 caught stealing, walk, single, walk, a run in. Runners lead from first and second, and out to the mound to have a conversation with his pitcher. Goes the Redbird backstop and back to the top, and Kays, who's walked, singled, and struck out in for the 5th time. Runners lead from first and second. The meeting at the mound has concluded, and the top of the Leghorn order will look to extend what's already a 7-run cushion for Petaluma. The right-hander Oliva sets and fires a knuckleball. Misses. It's a ball and no strikes. Here comes the 1-0. First a check on second, and this one misses above the zone. It's 2 balls and no strikes, and this game just getting uglier and uglier for the California Redbirds. Big hole on the right side and a huge gap in right center. The center field is all the way shaded towards, that one's dunked in towards right center, but I wonder if anyone's going to make the play. They are not going to be able to. The runner's at the hold and moving up 90 feet, and as I was in the middle of saying there's no one near right center, Kays just hits a little pop-up that dunks in the just acres of room in right center, and the bases are loaded with 1 man out.
Why is he coming back?
3rd single of the day for the leadoff man.
What's the right fielder doing?
And Nico Antonio, who's hitless, he's 0 for 3, but he's walked, and that means every Leghorn's gotten on base. Antonio, the second baseman, slightly open stance, feet very close together, and that one's blocked by the catcher, Hennings. No place to put Antonio. The bases full of Leghorns here in the top of the 6th. Bases loaded, 1 man out. 1 already home for the Leghorns in the 6th, who lead it by 7 and look to just keep extending that lead. That one's low and away, and it's 2-0. Dante Vicini waits on deck. It's a power hitting right fielder. You don't want to face him with the bases still loaded. A double play, the ideal scenario of a middle infield playing for it, and that one misses inside, and Oliva is in jeopardy of walking in a run as it's 3-0 to Nico Antonio. No place to put him. Antonio takes high ball 4. It's 12-4. And that's gonna lead to a meeting at the mound. So Oliva's yet to record an out himself this inning. E5, who has been erased on a caught stealing, but since then, walk, single, walk, single, walk. And the bases are loaded. There's one man out. 2 runs have scored in what's a 12-4 ball game with Dante Vicini coming up. You're putting 2 runs home in the inning as Quenio and Brinson have both scored. Jurasek's at third. Kays is at second. Antonio's at first. Vicini is the hitter. Dante struck out, singled twice, stolen a base, and reached on a fielder's choice. And back to the dugout goes the Redbird pitching coach, and that's going to prompt action in the pen. Bases loaded. 1 man out. It's already a 12-4 ball game, and the Leghorns looking to just finish this one off. The first baseman, Watkins, is playing just 2 steps in on the grass as if he's guarding against a bunt. You wouldn't expect one from your 3-hitter with the bases loaded, especially in a game you lead by 8. Vicini, very little bend at the knees, straight up stands, pops that one up in the infield. Out goes Cardenas, and he makes the catch. Just what Oliva needed, an out without a run scoring. So now there's 2 outs, and that brings in Eddie Stone. Stone's been hit by a pitch, was caught stealing, flew out, and has reached on a pair of errors. So he is 0 for 3 in the score line, but he's been on base 4 times. Takes in the dirt. A nice block by Hennings to keep it close. Two more baseball games left on this holiday Monday from the East Bay. Here comes the 1-0. That one's popped out towards right center, sinking fast, gonna dunk in for a base hit. 1-run Bursak scores easily. Right behind him is Kays. 2-run score on the bloop single, and that brings up Blake Bryson. It's 14-4. And it's times like these where you wish the 10-run rule from Little League was still in effect. 2-run score on the 2-ribby single from Eddie Stone. That's his first knock of the night. Moving to third on the play was Nico Antonio.
Wow. Okay.
A called strike 1 to Blake Bryson, the 9th man to step to the plate in the inning. Raul Valdivia waits on deck. He led off the inning, reaching on an E5. He was caught stealing before the next batter even concluded. First a pick back to first. Nothing doing. Runners lead from the corners. 4 runs already across. Oliva's delivery is low, and
You are so cruel.
that is just... I don't know if that really breaks the unwritten rules of baseball per se, but Eddie Stone went halfway and just stopped. The catcher Hennings just threw back to the pitcher. You don't really want to throw down there. I guess you do trade a run for an out, but that's a play that has not been executed twice. That one gets past Hennings to the screen. The run's going to score. Moving to third on the play is Stone, and it's 15-4 Leghorns. My 2 cents on that one is it's a little bit of a little league play. The runner's on first and third. You send the runner to second to try and bait the throw and send the run home from third, but stopping in between the 2 bases, well, maybe if it was a 1-run game and you need this run to score, you're leading by 11 runs. But it works out in the end. He's now standing at third base after the pass ball. Fools one knuckleball, the tag is made and the inning is over, but 5-run score. It's 15-4 after 6.5. Last half of the 6, it's 15-4. The Redbirds need some sort of magical rally.
Harrington's a left fielder.
Yeah.
And the first pitch is a called strike 1 to Alex Almaguer.
These are all the defensive changes.
15-4, bottom half of the 6th inning. That one misses below the zone, and it's a ball and a strike. Oh, Weir. The Leghorns have made a change at pitcher.
Okay. Here's their
And Jackson Leo comes on in relief of Nato Weir, and that one is poured in there for strike 3.
The Leghorns, number 11, Jackson Leo.
So Leo strikes out the first man he faces, and now it's Will Harrington, who started the game at third base, is now playing left field.
Will Harrington.
You see, now it's not easy. The air. Not easy. Transition.
First pitch here is a fastball cut on a miss by Harrington. He's behind 0-1.
He's only 85 behind. Oh, mad late.
Harrington has doubled and struck out looking in 2 trips to the plate. Both those off the starter O'Lear, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Just cheated. Just sick. Fastball. Sweet.
Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball misses. Close pitch from Leo.
Good eye, Mike.
He's going fastball. Swing.
And misses low with a fastball. So the book is closed on Nate O'Lear, who leaves in a very good position to take home the win today, and we'll give you his line after Leo's 2-2 to Harrington. The pitch struck him out swinging. There's 2 down. Back-to-back fastballs out of a bullpen for Jackson Leo, and then gets back-to-back Ks. 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. He walked 1 and struck out 5, and leaves with his team up 15-4. And that brings up Josh Cardenas, the second baseman. The first 2 have gone down via the K. We'll see if he can fare any better against the new pitcher, Jackson Leo.
Nice.
Here comes the pitch. A fastball clips the inside corner. We're playing a 10-run mercy after 7 innings here in the inaugural Independence Day tournament. So if results hold, only 1 more frame to go, and you'd assume it's Jackson Leo's as a fastball is fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-2. Leo working very quickly and throwing very hard out of that Leghorn bullpen. He's struck out the first 2 Redbirds he's faced here in the 6th, looking to do it once more. High set at the letters and delivers. That's grounded back up the middle very weakly. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. The Redbirds go down quietly in the 6th. We're on to the 7th. Leghorns 15, Redbirds 4.
defensive changes.
There's a whole new defense out there behind the new pitcher, Nick Cabrera.
I don't know where the pitch
As Oliva's night, it seems, is finally over. Watkins plays first, Banda at second, Almaguer stays at short, and Cardenas moves from second to third. Harrington into left, Ibarra in center, and Laura in right, and the first pitch from the new man. It plugged him, it got him just in the square of the back. So the first pitch from Cabrera hits Raul Valdivia, who's on first base on the hit by pitch.
14, Augie.
He had a funny reaction.
Augie Queno has reached on a fielder's choice, popped out, and drawn a pair of free passes. Justice Brinson, the hottest hitter on the planet right now with 3 singles and a walk on the ball club, waits on deck.
It's not bad though. You see it.
Coming down from a 3/4 motion, that one misses. It's a ball and no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. With the runner leading away from first here in the 7th inning. That one's bounced towards the shortstop hole. Gloved, and the underhand flip is in time by Cardenas. The second baseman moved over to third, ranged towards the hole, and flipped it.
Now Harrington's moved back to third.
Oh, beg your pardon, that's Harrington, who's back at third base. Just a plethora of defensive changes for the Redbirds.
They report
So Brady Williams pinch hits for Justice Brinson, who's going to end the day 3 for 3 with a walk. So have yourself a night, Justice Brinson. But he'll get relieved of the catching duties for what you would guess is just one more half inning of baseball, as there's a 10-run mercy rule after 7 innings here in the Independence Day tournament. Runner leads away from first. That's now Queno, as Valdivia was erased on the fielder's choice. The 0-1 delivery from Cabrera misses. What? Beg your pardon. It clips the inside edge. A late strike call from the home plate umpire, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Bo Jurasek has come out to hit for himself in the on-deck circle before back to the top of the lineup, and that one misses inside. The 3/4 delivery from Cabrera, not throwing very hard. The 1-2 offer, Cabrera sets and fires high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch, is upstairs. It's filler up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the full count delivery from Cabrera, and it's low ball 4, and it's a free pass, the second issued by Cabrera. So hit by pitch, fielder's choice, walk, and Bo Jurasek is on with
Now batting number
a man
6.
in scoring position and 1 man out. Jurasek has singled, doubled, walked, and struck out swinging. Top of the lineup, waits on deck.
2 for 3, solid day. 3 or 4? Question mark?
Here comes the pitch. The center fielder with an open stance from the left side takes upstairs. 2 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, and 5 in the sixth. Gives you 15 runs for Petaluma, as that one's popped up. And the play is made by Almaguer out behind second base. There's 2 down. And back to the top of the lineup. And out to the mound to have a conversation with his pitcher
my fault.
is the hitting coach. There's runners on first and second with 2 men out. Right now, with the 10-run Mercy, Petaluma has 1 out to work with in the bottom half of the 7th inning to finish out the Mercy. They're looking for what would be insurance. That brings up Case DeRomuller, who singled 3 times, walked and struck out. In for his 6th at-bat of the ball game here in the 7th. So back to the dugout goes the pitching coach for the Redbirds. He had a quick talk with Cabrera. Cabrera looking to throw up the second 0 for Redbird pitching. The last one coming in the first inning. The Redbirds led this game 1-0 for all you that remember that back in the first inning. That was about 2.5 hours ago. That one's a called strike 1. It's 0-1. 2 on, 2 out. Top half of the 7th inning. 10-run Mercy in effect if Petaluma can shut down the Redbirds in the last of the 7th. If that one misses, it's a ball and a strike.
Unfortunately, no. I gotta go back and do it.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2 on. That one misses. It's 2 balls and a strike.
I'm just making mistakes after mistakes here. There's so much going on.
So runners lead from first and second. The leadoff man ahead 2-1 off the new pitcher Cabrera, and Kays waves and misses, and the count's even 2-2. And Cabrera looking to do what few have done, and that's throw up a 0 on the pitching line for either squad for that matter. 15-4, Redbirds behind the Leghorns as a breaking ball misses at his eyes, and filler up, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runners going on the pitch as we've filled up every line. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There goes the runner, and it's popped up right field. Coming in is Laura to make the catch, and it's time to stretch here from the East Bay. It's 15-4.
Nicely done.
Thank you, you know what I'm saying? 10 years, I'll be a professional broadcaster. It's for
Yes, you could.
So the last half of the 7th as this one all but wrapped up from the College at Alameda of game 1 of 3 today. You can catch all the action here on Alameda Anchors YouTube. We'll take a short break after the conclusion of this one, and we'll be back for game 2, which today is the captains facing off against the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and then your anchors play at 5. That's against the NorCal Warriors. So the Redbirds need 2 runs to avoid a mercy. Robert Laurel in for his second time today. He singled his first time up. Low Arrows faces a 1-0, and he winds that one into left field, base hit, and now I guess we'll say it as the run to keep the game alive comes to the plate in the form of the leadoff man, J.J. Ibarra.
Left fielder, J.J. Ibarra.
Now batting, number 1, J.J. Ibarra.
So a leadoff single in the 7th. The Redbirds not going quietly. They need 2 runs to avoid a mercy. Here comes the delivery, and a fastball is fouled back to the screen.
Next guy's left fielder, Oliva.
Jackson Leo in for his second inning of work. He retired the Redbirds in order and fooled him badly there. It's no balls and 2 strikes.
Sword.
He licked his hand there on the mound. I wonder if it's okay to do that.
So it's 0-2. Leadoff man aboard. Loera reached on a leadoff single. Leo's the pitch. Fooled him on a curve. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, J.J. Ibarra. And that brings up Jacob Oliva, who's played all around the diamond today. First base, he towed the slab for 4 innings and was the left fielder.
And he pitched.
Pick back to first, and head first diving back is Roberto Loera.
That's hilarious.
That's the 3rd strikeout in just 4 outs recorded by Jackson Leo. Another pick back to first. They got him. Jackson Leo picks him off, and there's 2 down, and all of a sudden, their Redbirds are down to their final strike, and things just going from bad to worse for the California Redbirds as they trail 15-4 and are now just 1 out away from being mercied as quick feet from Jacob Oliva. So it's 1 ball and no strikes after a fastball skips in at the feet of Oliva, and a changeup is bounced foul. The count's even 1-1.
They weren't too happy about that double play call, but they completely lost their minds.
Nothing really going the way of the Redbirds. You remember a couple innings ago they wanted that meeting out with the umpires. They wanted a immediate double play given, automatic double play given, which is the NCAA rule, but wasn't given, and they've just continued to fall apart since that play. Now down to their final strike, the 1-2 offer. Leo misses low with a fastball. It's a 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs. As they say, the aces are wild delivery. Working from the first base side, the other 2-2 is low. Filler up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
God damn. A dirt change. It's honest pitch. That's an improvement pitch.
Loera led off the inning with a single. He was later picked off, and Ibarra struck out. Leo, that's bounced towards third, should do it. High hop, the throw across the diamond is sick and safe. And the ball game is not over. That's a hit. An infield single for Jacob Oliva, who is hustling down the line. And that brings up Watkins for yet another time. Watkins, we're talking about playing multiple positions. He started this one. He's on the hook for the loss if they cannot mount a 12-run comeback, and he's played first base the rest of the day. Leo's pitch is popped towards right. That should do it. Settling under it,
Can't see it.
and no one sees the baseball. It's going to drop. Watkins is going to head into second with a double. The throw skips away. It was just directly in the sun. Vicini never saw that one, and so the game, again, a single would send us to the 8th inning here. As there's a 10-run mercy, it's an 11-run ball game, but now that, I guess, keep us alive run, we can call it, is standing out at second base.
Second baseman.
Now batting number 6, Joseph.
For Joseph Banda. Banda looking to keep this game alive, as that has to be ruled as a hit no one's glove, but just lost in the lights. He never saw the baseball, and it just dunked in. As that one misses low, it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Please. Not a pass.
Here comes the pitch, and it's a called strike. It's 1-1. Leo a pitch away from getting out of it. The Redbirds a single away from keeping this one going. Here comes the pitch, and a breaking ball misses above the zone. It's 2-1.
Huh?
So we gotta do the fill-up. You guys already knew that.
Who's that?
It was Tony.
Sakasi.
2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch is high. It's 3-1. Two balls, 2 strikes. Beg your pardon. Leo works off the middle of the slab, stares in to get his sign, delivers a 2-2, misses high, filler up. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Please.
Keanu Hennings waits on deck. Leo looking to put this one away. Redbirds looking to send us to the 8th. Leo sets and fires. Ball 4. That was a very close pitch.
Oh my.
So Keanu Hennings comes up for the 4th time. He's grounded into a fielder's choice, grounded out to shortstop, and struck out. This game could have been over on that fly ball to right field that dropped, and could have been over again on that called strike through. That one is hammered foul in the third base line. No balls and 1 strike as Hennings pulled that ball in on the hands, foul down the third base line. A single sends us to the 8th. The big hole on the right side could get them back within 10. A curveball misses high and tight, and it's a ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases full of Redbirds here in the 7th.
Watch this. Hold on.
Here comes 1-1 offer. Is caught on, missed a high fastball, and Redbirds down to their final strike for the 4th time today. Keanu Hennings, the only man standing between the Leghorns and a first game mercy. The 1-2 pitch. Bring him up on that one, and the ball game is over. The Redbirds finish off what's a mercy rule finish here in Game 1 of the Independence Day Tournament. Stick around on Alameda Anchor's YouTube. We've got yet another baseball game for you coming up in just about an hour. Your final totals, 15 runs on 13 hits and 3 errors for the Leghorns, 4 runs on 10 hits and 5 errors for the Redbirds. Both these teams play tomorrow. Stick around, or come back for that matter in an hour. We have the captains against FCA. For everyone helping out, and Tony Sakachi for his tireless effort here, putting on this tournament, I'm Kieran Costa. Stick around, I'll see you in an hour.